Okay, so it's Friday, and it's time for another episode of Umbraco You Hangout. So today I'm joined with Richard Soeteman. How are you doing, Richard?
Great, Rowan. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you, Richard. Very good. So obviously you've been on the show before,
Yep.
and so if people haven't watched your previous episode, let's, as always, just do a little bit of an introduction and kind of how you got, I suppose, involved with Umbraco.
I'm Richard. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm using Umbraco since 2008, I guess.
Okay, so a long time now.
Yep, almost as long as you did, but
Yeah.
I think you did 2 years earlier. But I couldn't find it to Google then. It was only a UK thing.
Yep.
So I've been involved with content management systems since 1999, I guess.
Okay, so what was around in 1999? Was it just your own stuff that you wrote?
Yeah, we had at the company I've worked for, we had Site Control, a very fancy name. And,
so was that the company's own CMS?
Yep, and it was basically the copy-paste CMS, so it was very flexible if you needed, if you knew the database structure. And
so did it work off like an Access database back in the day?
Back in the day, yes, and later it was SQL Server because we had enough money to buy SQL Server. There's no troubles in that. And then I stumbled across Tridian. I don't know if you know that CMS.
No, I've heard of it, but so is it .NET? Is it the Microsoft stack?
It's a Microsoft stack, yeah, but a very terrible CMS. I actually quit my job because of it, and I never wanted to get involved with content management systems again. And then I did some consulting. Was still working for the boss, and then in 2008 I thought, okay, this is all crazy. I don't want to go in the car anymore every day to go to clients and stuff. So I recently started my own company, just doing consulting on the .NET stack, and then I thought, what should I do? And then I thought, I'm good at implementing CMS content management systems, so maybe I should find an open source content management system and be very good at it and implement that for clients. So I finally came. I was at a user group meeting, and I was meeting a guy, and he because we started to discuss this, and I only heard about .NET Nuke. Sorry about that. And then he said,
that was the big.
That was the big thing.
The biggest one at the time.
Yeah, but it is not anymore, I guess. But and then he told me, no, you should look at Umbraco. And then I started to install Umbraco. It failed like 10 times. But when I finally had it set up, then it was exactly what I needed. It was so flexible, and the rest is history, I guess. I've been implementing many sites with it, doing a lot of consulting about it. Still do some consulting, and started to build packages.
I was going to say, so what's the balance now with your workload in terms of, obviously you've come from doing consulting or doing sites for your clients, building Umbraco sites, but where did the kind of the ratio kind of doing more package work, I suppose, or commercial packages, which I presume has come off original clients' needs, maybe? So do the ideas come from like, oh, I'm doing this project for a client and I'm finding this a pain, or the client's finding this a pain, so maybe I can think of an idea and make my life or the client's life easier? And then is that how they come about, or is it nothing related to your clients?
Yeah, no, not anymore. It used to be in the past. Like if you still on Codeplex, there's a project called Macro Picker. It was for, and that came just from a client requirement, and we short those. And I think the import, CMS import is the one where it all started with. Was more of an ID that I could build it.
Okay.
Because I was always the guy in charge of import at projects. So also for Umbraco the first time, and then this started with CMS import. And since Umbraco is so flexible, it was really easy to get the first version started.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and nowadays I pretty much look at forum. I run the .NET, the Umbraco user group here in the Netherlands, together with a few other guys. And then if you're involved in the user group, then people talk to you and always talk about their pain. So I always try to solve the pain as the easiest possible route.
Yeah, so you're quite an evangelist then for the Umbraco in Netherlands then.
Yep, sure. Yep.
Oh, fantastic.
Love to do it.
Yeah. So from day-to-day work, is it just coming up with a commercial package idea and then spending most of your days or hours in the week working on that, or do you still have to kind of balance it with kind of traditional client agency work?
No. It's the package work is 90% of my day job. But it's not only coming up with a new package ID and build it and sell it. Most of the time is just support.
Okay, so support issues coming back from people who have bought a license from one of your commercial packages. Okay.
Yeah. Or they have a feature request that needs to be implemented, or I consider that is my job. Yes.
No, that's fantastic. So it's nice to hear someone have such a good success story from going, like you say, doing websites in general, then consulting for another company, and then consulting for your own, for yourself, and then taking that final step to kind of do 90%, so nearly all of your work is commercial package development. So no, that's very inspiring. So it's possible to do.
Yeah. It's a lot of hard work, and
I can imagine it must be a lot of hard work in terms of support, code, because I presume as soon as someone pays for something, they expect at least a level of service. When I create a package or a piece of code or hack or whatever, if it doesn't work, I just normally say, look, it's open source, go and amend it yourself.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, in a politer way, but yeah. I can imagine the support takes up quite a lot of time, and there's a lot of hard work put into it. So no, well done. So obviously you've got a new package, so is this finished? Is this in progress, in development?
Yeah, this is already customers using it, and
cool.
They're liking it. The version that I'm going to show is 1.3, so it's not out yet because a few support issues came through this week. Okay,
fair enough.
It's
so what's it called? It's bulk. Is it?
It's bulk manager. Yeah. I'm not good at names, but it's doing exactly what the name says. It's allowing you to do content updates and not content updates, but moving of content and copying content, etc., in a bulk operation way. It's the successor of the content maintenance dashboard. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it. You could kind of clean up logs, and you could do some bulk operations on content. So it's like a package that supersedes it then.
Yeah, exactly, because it's also for media now. So I share my screen, and
fantastic.
Let's hope all works.
I'm sure it will.
No, but the screen sharing, I mean.
Yeah. No, I can see. Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. Okay, so
is this an Umbraco 7 only package, or does it work with 6?
Yeah, this is also working on version 4.7, I guess.
Wow.
4.7 and higher. Yeah.
So was that a conscious effort to kind of make it backwards compatible that far, all the way back down to 4?
No, if you need to make it compatible with version 4, version 6, then it's quite easy to make it compatible with version 4 also.
Okay.
The only thing, the trick is to have the oldest DLLs. You need to compile against those DLLs, and then the rest is pretty straightforward to do.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
If you don't have data types. Data types is a different story. I don't know if the Belgium Umbraco user group has videoed the session I did there. I did a session about how to make packages backward compatible, and also for version 4. So I don't know if they did.
I don't remember them doing it, but maybe they did.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, this is the Pro version. This is a freemium version because I'm not the wolf on Wall Street. So for certain content updates, it's completely free. You can just download it, and you have a big warning sign that you're using the free version.
Okay, so what's the restriction then before we have to pay?
The restriction is that you can only do content. So media and members are gone, and you can also only do publish, unpublish, and delete.
Okay.
But that's for most of the users. That's enough.
Yeah, exactly.
What you see here is just the debug manager. We're going to select some content and unpublish stuff or something. What you can do when you open it, a few default settings are seen. So you can search for a phrase like test. Maybe something with test is in there. Nope, nothing found. Just do T. They see a lot. You can specify location where you want to search in, want to include grandchildren and include the selected node. So it's easier for maintenance. And you've got these plus and minus signs here.
Okay, what do these do?
Minus is easy, then it just removes the selection. So now I'm
removing the filter as such.
Yeah, and if I click plus, then I can use all the fields I want to filter on.
Okay, cool.
And that's let's say we want to search for T published. So then we have all these things, but also maybe for unpublished, and remove this one. No result found.
Okay, so you got no unpublished documents?
No, not yet. So let's unpublish some documents, getting started, and go further. So what we can do now is just select those. You can also select all of them, also including pages in paging. So like if you have
so you've got 172 records there. You can say select
all
172.
And unpublish. Cool. But I'm not going to do that.
No,
I'm just going to do 3 of some and publish. And then you've got this big warning. Do you really want to do it? Yes.
Yeah.
Publish with a timer. And when I hit close, then that's all gone. Cool. So the next time I do unpublished search, then we'll see this unpublished page. The nice thing is because of all these fields you want to use. Let's say you are the content manager in charge of the unpublished pages. What you can do is just save this definition.
So you can save this kind of like search results filter as such. So I can say, show me always the unpublished documents, or show me the unpublished documents that have the letter T in it, or whatever you create.
Whatever the filter is, you can save it. You can also say it's only for me. Then only you will see this save definition. But when I hit save now, and when I select just the normal node, it will show this. But if I select unpublished pages, it will show the unpublished pages because I already said immediately load with data.
Yeah, fantastic.
And I can do stuff with it. You can also specify what to do with when it's created.
So can you create quite a complex filter? So based on published date, then
published date in the last 30 days, or this is created, but also published date should also be in. If it's not, then it will be in soon.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't see it there. But created, updated within the last 30 days. Yes, and then you can do search. Oh,
Oh no.
oh no, that's no, it's not released yet. This version. So,
Fair enough.
but yeah.
So when you've got an option there, search in property data. So
Yeah.
in version 6, we have things like things are stored in XML and C data in some properties or property editors. But in version 7, some of them are stored as JSON. So how are you kind of searching between the two and trying to search for data in kind of, if I've got a property editor that saves some JSON and I need to search for some kind of word that's in my JSON object, is that possible, or is that not quite? It's totally possible.
It's totally possible because what it does is it doesn't use like the normal property editors. You can imagine that it will be very slow when it does that. What it does is just doing a database query.
Yeah.
And then maybe I have some tests in here. Yeah. So you see, so when I didn't search within property data, I couldn't find anything for test. And when I hit search in property data, then it will take all the fields, make a join of that in the database, and then just outputs it to the screen.
Okay, cool.
So, but this was the easy part. What we just seen, but also for media, some clients have bought it and they really love it because what the real nasty thing is of bulk operations is like if you let's see, I've got this public folder here. No, I've got this import folder here.
Yep.
And I've got all these imported images, and they're all in the import folder. But the only thing I want to do is first add them to product images, and then to the public folder.
Okay.
If I need to do it by hand, I need to do this.
Yeah, so you've probably got to do what? Move it to that folder, so it's probably like 5 or 6 clicks.
Yeah, exactly. So what you want to do is just open the bulk manager, media, and then choose a folder. It was in the import folder, and then this is the product images. So I don't select it because I want to put it in here.
Okay.
So I select all these images, move first to the product images folder. And then I have to wait a few seconds.
No, yeah, it's doing a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So now it's moved here, and then the next thing I do is if I click on an item, it will just open it.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's search product images. Move that one again to public. Move. That's the easy one. It's just one, but because all these images are inside of it, it takes a bit longer. And now we've seen here product images. It's all
no, that's fantastic. Like you said, it's what 6 or 7 clicks for each one of those images to move it twice or into 2 different folders. So that would have been very time consuming. So yeah, you saved a lot of hours. So fantastic.
Yeah, so that's basically the bulk. Yeah, I've got one other thing that's also really nice for media. That's it's copy. So let's say you have archives of folder structures, like all the months of the year.
Yep.
And let's say we want to have 2014. This is a new functionality, so you have to wait a week, I guess, before this is released. But what we can do then is go to the media, search for the location. Where is it? Structure. Yes. So we've got all these items here, and then we can select copy. Even like the normal Umbraco copy, you can say relate copy items to original, but we don't need it. Public, where is it? 2014, and then copy. Close window. And then it should say all items are copied. Yeah.
Yep. So you've got a nice repeatable structure that you can reuse again and again.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the thing people are using. So yeah, and this came out of a client's requirement. So really nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
So going back to, if you go show us one of the filter screens as such,
Yep.
content or media.
Yeah.
So no, where was it? Yep.
Yep.
And if you do a search for something,
yeah.
So get some results.
Yep.
So the question is, the actions at the minute, they're like publish, unpublish. Is it possible for me as a developer or third-party developer to write my own custom action that appears in that menu? So if I wanted to, I don't know, do something else, I can create an action to loop through all these items and do a bulk process against them.
Yeah, exactly. Can I show you in Visual Studio?
Yeah, of course.
Where is it? Visual Studio. Yeah. So now, do you see my screen?
You've obviously got something over the top of Visual Studio because I can just see a grey box.
Oh, serious? Oh.
Nope, now I can see grey. Let's try again.
Yeah, I hope it works now.
Have you got another window in front of Visual Studio, like your browser or something?
Oh, that could be. Just close this one. Let's try again.
Yeah, third time lucky.
Yeah, I just move it over to my other screen and then. I think you will see it now.
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a bit smaller because it's a screen, but
yep,
I can
that's fine.
Maximize it. So, yes, indeed. So you can actually just implement on your own actions. All search criteria is all related to the content item, so that's not easily possible to extend, but maybe in a future release.
Okay.
But all these bulk actions are you can create your own. Only thing you need to do is derive from a bulk action provider, which is related to bulk extensions. So all my packages come with some sort of extension project. And everything what's in there you can use.
Okay. And, so you've obviously got like an attribute decorating the class as well.
Yep, exactly. So that's the ID of the bulk manager. So this is the assigned template.
So is that ID a string, a GUID?
This is ID. So it's just.
So it's just a string.
Yep. It's
okay.
Here we go. No, you don't see. Yeah, it's just a string. You need the bulk manager provider ID. That's also a string, but it's it needs to know which provider it's assigned to. And here you've got this icon because in the V6, in V4 and V6 versions you don't see an icon, but in the new shiny Angular JS back office you will see it, and a sort order because to give it some priority.
Okay.
Then then you have some .NET code. You probably hate me for that, but it is .NET code.
No.
Oh yeah, but some actions you don't even need to. This template drop-down list I will show in a minute. It's just you can reassign a certain template to an item. So if you don't have any UI, you don't need to implement this reared on init thing. But this is just assigning all the templates in the Umbraco back office to the drop-down list. Okay. And then the only thing that's really interesting is the execute method, because that's what it does to override to assign all the templates to the selected items. What you see.
So will Bulk Manager take the kind of the legwork out of doing the bulk operation in terms of performance and showing me the timer and it's on item 1 of 20 and things like that?
Exactly, because what you see here is the item. I just have a counter here.
Yep.
And then the only thing I do is here setting the status message, and that's just for displaying which item is assigned. So like you said, you've seen before, like the move item 1 of 5 or 1 of 12. Or what was it? So you can do that with the format progress message. It's just simple, but this is just a string you assign to this one. And here I do my own.
The actual kind of what you need to do.
Yeah, exactly. And then here I have some I get the string resources for my own files, but basically this is the name of the dialog, the intro text, what is it going to do, the button text, and the finish matches. So you don't have to worry about that to add to the UI. Okay,
so that will just kind of wire up to a kind of generic dialog that you've created.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically the dialogue that you've just seen, and the only thing that's really interesting is like these 2 lines of code.
2 lines. Everything else is kind of.
It's just But this is how easy it is to implement your own stuff.
No, that's fantastic. So it's just a single class file that we inherit from, and just override a few methods and
then that's done. Yeah. For the guys from ProWorks, I've built something similar like this to bulk save all the media items and update the crops because they had some issues with crops.
So there was a way to kind of programmatically go through all the items that was selected in the bulk media or manager, and then say programmatically resave me or redo me all the crops on this particular media item. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. So and that took 1 hour, I guess.
Don't tell them that.
It was a fun job to do.
Cool.
Yeah.
So no, that's really that's been a neat little project. So what was the idea to come up with Bulk Manager?
A few customer requirements. If you look on the forum, I guess, on the content maintenance dashboard package, you've seen a few requests. And it was a long time thought to make this a commercial package, because, like I said earlier, with the free, I've also have a lot of free stuff available on our. But like you said yourself, it's really hard to give good support for that. And like with packages like this, that can you need to have proper support. So that's the reason I made this commercial. So basically, based on that forum thread we've discussed earlier with my earlier customers from Bulk Manager. That got it all started, and that was like 1 year ago. So I thought, no, maybe the end of last year I'll finish it, but it never happened because planning is not my job. And
I think you just cut out there, so I missed the end part of that. But what was you saying? Sorry, Richard.
I was trying to release it last year.
Okay. So it's been in the work for a long time then.
Yeah, but also work got in the way. So it's still like a normal project. No, it will take me 2 months, and then it will take almost 2 years sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
But it's really fun. Yeah, it's a nice job. So this is just getting started. I've got plenty of ideas of how to improve and how to make it even easier to do bulk operations on content, media, and members, and maybe even more like dictionary items, because it's just the framework is there, and now it's getting all the pieces together.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So I'm looking forward to see how this evolves and grows over the coming months and years.
Yeah, me too. My family also.
Yeah, of course. So how long or how much kind of effort do you have to put into going from initial kind of sketch or idea or thought to putting out like an initial release? Do you kind of put out like an alpha version that you don't charge for to some people, or do you go from like 0 to kind of like an initial version or kind of version 1 and go, right, I think this is going to be good enough and people are going to be happy to pay for it at the same time?
Yeah, this was the 1.0 was the minimum viable product indeed.
Okay.
But it was still working. It's not a button like you download here. So it was the least amount of features, as I like to call it. And but people started to pay me because if you release an alpha, no matter if it's free or not free or it's still alpha, and people don't download it and they don't use it. So as long as there are not that many bugs in the software, and as long as there is plenty of features to try, people who need it will buy it. So.
No, that's a good point. So how often do you iterate then in terms of trying to get a minor version or a patch or?
I try to do. It depends on the package as well, but I try to do because this is brand new. I try to do within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month at latest.
Okay, so that's a reasonable time frame. So like 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month, to keep kind of slowly iterating and improving the product as you go along.
But the other products are there as well. So
so I imagine you've got to kind of balance each of the products out equally.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes SEO checker gets a little bit more love, and then bulk manager, CMS import, media. It all depends also on the maybe
support requests.
Support requests. The bug report. Maybe if there is a new version of Umbraco that crashes the whole thing, could also be possible.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Then it gets priority, and then of course a new release. So that's basically how I work. Yeah.
No, that's fantastic, and it's an interesting way to work and juggle all these many projects that you have. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. So we have a question from David Brendel. So he asks, how much additional effort is it to make the package backwards compatible and for multiple Umbraco versions? So I think we were talking about this in the beginning, and obviously you done talk of Belgium, but I don't think obviously everyone's seen that. So what's kind of the effort involved to kind of make it work across 7, 6? Obviously you said between 6 and 4, it's quite trivial, but let's say between 7 and 6.
It takes some time, but if you're going to do it from the get-go. Yep. Because otherwise you run into all these issues. It is extra work because you need to test it on all the different versions also. So.
So is there any kind of pointers? Because obviously version 6 is kind of more obviously web forms-ish based in terms of the back office, and obviously version 7 is kind of more client-side driven with Angular and kind of web APIs pushing JSON around. So how do you design something that's going to work in the back office that's web forms related for a UI, and then if I'm in version 7, swap out this web forms for something that's kind of Angular and HTML?
That's the trick. It's still using web forms in V7 because it still works. So there's no need for this kind of functionality to make it Angular JS compatible. Also, if you have data types like SEO checker has data types, then I separate those. So I've got in the installer some logic to determine the version and copy some items or not. So then I will only copy the Angular JS things. But for this project, it was just pretty straightforward web
for
forms.
it to be in web forms and just work in both. Okay.
And and the only thing I really needed to do was the type finder. That was an issue. Type finder is an issue, and some CSS stuff. But yeah, I've got a compatibility helper, and that determines which UI I can support and do some of the things. But yeah. If you talk after the project, it's always easier than from the start of the project.
Yeah, of course.
I think if you need to do it, it's like maybe 20% extra effort.
Okay.
But if I don't do it and I have all these separate assemblies, then I will have a much bigger issue, because then I've got these projects and I've solved a bug in one project, and for version 4, for instance.
You've got to maintain different DLLs and different libraries.
Exactly, and I don't want to mess. It will be a mess then. So
it became hard to maintain.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it in terms of questions as well. Nothing else has come in whilst we've just been chatting. So I'd like to say thank you very much for showing us Bulk Manager, and keep up the fantastic work with the commercial packages.
Yeah, thank you, Warren, and thank you for your time, and thanks for watching all that you had. Until next time.
Exactly. Till next time. Hang on, quickly. We've just got one question just before we go. That was just in time. So Dave, I'm going to get your surname wrong here. Dave Wostenborough.
Yes.
When will you drop support for older versions like 4X and maybe even 6X at some point?
It's not in the pipeline yet. I've heard some rumors about version 8 of Umbraco, and that will break everything again.
Of course. Why not?
And then I reconsider what to do. And also for CMS import, I'm working on version 3 now. I'm dropping support for version 4 because CMS import is used on the start of a project, and I don't think that many people will start with version 4 of Umbraco anymore.
No, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so I'm using because I'm still using the old API also for content updates in there, and I'm dropping support for version 4 because I want to use the new services. So, that's the reason to drop for version 4.
Yeah, good. I think now we're out of questions. So let's wrap up again. But thanks talking with me, Richard. And I presume maybe you're coming to the UK festival.
I have to miss it this year. But,
what a shame. Never mind.
Sorry.
Next year.
Next year. Yes. Okay.
Thanks for talking, and I'll speak to you soon.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Richard. Bye.
Bye.